climate change is not just a big environmental risk. It is, I believe, the biggest economic risk the world faces. And this was a chance to do something that hadn't been done before, which was to look at climate risk, climate change risk, the economic risk in the United States, and to really drill down by county, looking at different industry sectors, and do something that I thought would make a real difference. I would say one thing I want to say about finance, because you asked about investment banks and finance, and this is huge for everyone to understand in this room. We are not going to be able to meet the climate change risk and avoid the worst outcomes. And that's all we can hope to do, is avoid the worst outcomes. We're not going to be able to do that unless we develop and deploy clean technologies in the developing world and do it, so it can be done and do it in scale. Now, when you look at this, the key is finance. That's what's talked about not enough, because when you look at the trillions of dollars that are going to be needed here, the money will not be able to come all from governments. So the key is, how do the governments provide the incentives, and how do we create the financing vehicles? And so that's why the Paulson Institute now is partnering with the Chinese government, putting together a big financing mechanism to fund putting clean U.S. technologies into green buildings, because half of all buildings going up in the world are going up in China, and 40% of carbon emissions are coming from buildings. And so, but a part of this is funding, but it becomes a bit discouraging when you look at urbanization and what's happening all around the developing world as the population grows, and you realize so many parts of the developing world don't even have municipal finance systems. So I think finance, and where investment bankers like Goldman Sachs or all kinds of financial institutions come in, is they're going to have to do a better job of innovating financing